In all these circumstances, has Nnamdi Kanu done anything that's almost 1% of what is going on in the rest of the country? Apart from occasional stops and gyration. Tell me what is happening in the Southeast. In fact, the Southeast might be the most peaceful place. Apart from this occasional stuff of people kidnapping one thing or the other. And they do it as a result of, protest on Nnamdi Kanu. There's a pretext to commit crime because Nnamdi Kanu is held. If this was a fairly intelligent government, if they release Nnamdi Kanu today, there will be 95% peace in the Southeast, and that will affect the rest of the country. Of all these governors, only Soludo of Anambra State had gone to DSS once to see him, if I'm not wrong, about a year or 2 years ago. He's gone there to see him, and after that, maybe his colleagues advised him not to get involved. Why are they afraid? The young man is very popular in the Southeast. Let me not extend it to the rest of the country. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out today, Igbos will do 90% of what he tells them to do. To the interest, not just in Igbo interest, but Nigerian interest. Because what has he spoken about in the past? Mistreatment of his people. And if it continues and the rest of the country don't want the Igbo, then let them allow them go. This is the summary of what he's saying. How can you can't be shorter than me and be taller than me at the same time? This is the summary of Nnamdi Kanu's theory. So he didn't start today. Or Hazrike has done the same thing. There's so many other people. It was the concept of Odumegwu Ojukwu himself. If you don't want your people, then let them go. And as you know, when people talk of let them go, it appears we are packing our luggage and going. Look at the contiguity. Look at Nsukka and Benue. There's no place anybody is going. It's the same country. The same market, in the same. So much of intermarriages has taken place. All we're saying that there is no governance. It is summary that there is no governance. That's what is causing all the problem. The problem of corruption has become both phenotypically and genotypically specific. That's not. It's a genetic problem now, and it is that crisis that government is not even ashamed that they said 139 million Nigerians very poor in a country of plenty. And my president John case to Paris, from there to what is it called, to Dubai. I have never seen a group of people that are shameless. In a country, 774 local governments, I challenge them. Let them tell you where water is running. Where water? So people are dying because of waterborne diseases, and they don't care. And it's even more, like I was saying before we started this, if these governors were sons of Ahmadu Bello, or M.I. Okpara, or Azikiwe, or Awolowo, they will say, oh, they had determined their future. They are coming from a position, a background of wealth. But tell me which of these governors not coming from a very poor environment? Most of them, their parents have never been heard of. Most of them, when you hear the history of how they managed to go to secondary school, and finally God bless them, they become governors. So what they are paying back to society is stealing up money. I was telling somebody this morning who confronted me, Dan, what do we do? What do we do? Lead a democratic revolution. I said, I don't have the resources. I can't. I've been in PDP, not even director, because I won't comply with what they said. Yesterday we had a National Reconciliation Committee meeting. Out of 25 members, only 8 were there. So it means that part of those who have joined APC, majority are coming out from PDP. So going to APC, what is the fundamental reason why you go to? It's because if you're moving from A to B, B must be better than A. So what has APC done that should be exciting to anybody to want to leave PDP? Because PDP has a track record under Obasanjo. There was debt relief that saved millions of lives in this country. Since then, what has happened? 8 years of Muhammad Buhari was a disaster. This country. I said it on this channel and other channels, even when he was in government. It was a disaster. There was no governance. And this president, when he was campaigning, he said he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. He's now seen the true nature of where Buhari stopped. How beautiful where Buhari stopped is for the rest of the country. Isn't that a tragedy? In 21st century Nigeria, with everything God has given us, we don't know where we are beginning and where. If you don't know where you're starting, how do you know where you're going? And we take it as a matter of routine. Nothing is going. It's in our case, they say, let's leave it for God. So we are the only people God created. If we decide to be foolish, then He will be foolish with us. That is still a battle of the continuation of the Nigerian Civil War. The war has not ended. I think it was on Channel TV. They had an interview last night. I said, the day Nnamdi Kanu is released is the end of the Nigerian Civil War. And that will be the day the Southeast starts being integrated into the rest of the country. Look at insecurity everywhere. So is this government enjoying insecurity? That their citizens are being killed? Like you were saying something earlier on. Why are our governors in the South not interested? Because the boy will overwhelm everybody. It will be an M.I. Okpara. The people worship the name Nnamdi Kanu in the Southeast because he represents the summary of their struggle from before the Civil War and thereafter. That's how they look at him. I have stopped going to court because each time I come to court to join him, both of us start crying, and I feel very emotional about it. He's a very brilliant young man that this government is wasting.
This clip, Chief Dan Olase have said the whole truth and nothing but the truth about the situation on ground over the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. I know why I played the clip first, for all of us to understand the gravity of what is happening on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. When I made this comment some couple of months or years ago that the federal government might not be the one holding Nnamdi Kanu, some people called me names. Now hear it from Chief Dan Olasi for the up 10 times. After hearing it, then you are going to watch another one again from Chief Dan Iwuanyawu, nka Chief Dan Olasi, nka Chief Dan Iwuanyawu of Z Labour Congress presidential aspirant. All from Igbo descent, speaking truth to power. Our business owners, I can tell you for free of charge that Atueze never wanted Nnamdi Kanu released for one day. I saw that idiotic old fool. Let me just use this word, please. Or maybe I can be apologetic, but let me just first use it. Then later I will apologize. Saw him wearing Bola Ahmed Tinubu's chain cap. Somebody who have already gotten to the level of where he's supposed to be making peace with his ancestors. He keep on misbehaving like toddlers. Atueze Nugbo is #1 oil mogul in the southeast that have hands in the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. He is paying heavily for it. For the past 10 good years, this trial have been on. Not for one day. Atueze have condemned the treatment Nnamdi Kanu is receiving from the so-called government. Anyway, let me allow you to watch this one from Chief Dan Iwuanyawu, and then we'll come back to round up the whole message the way it ought to be. I am sorry if the word I have used against that old man is not supposed. I am sorry for that, but it is out of anger, but the truth need to be told. Watch this clip. We are coming back to summarize the whole, the 2 videos you just finished watch. You can see that they are coming from the same direction and they are heading towards that same direction. That was why I said it is proper. I brought two clips for you, at least, to then compare it. You will understand what I have been crying for all these years. That Nnamdi Kanu is being held by his own people. You can as well agree with me that I, Okulora, have been vindicated in that regard. Oya, regade. Watch another clip. I'll be right back.
He knew the truth. Why has he not done so? You see, people are talking about some interest group. People are saying, don't release him. It will disbalance this, disbalance that. The truth is that Nnamdi Kanu, as we said that time to President Buhari, go and discuss with Nnamdi Kanu. You don't have to look for him in this manner. This is somebody, look at what is happening today. He did not talk to anybody. If he was outside, they say he has sponsored everybody. Okay. Showore that is taking this thing on his own now, based on his struggles. He's not an Igbo. You were not able to tell Showore this because he's not Igbo. If it was Nnamdi, you say, hey, he has come. So we should forget about all these mundane issues and considerations. What is bad is bad. What is not good must be condemned no matter who is involved. President Tinubu, yes, we agree there are some people in the southeast who do not want Nnamdi Kanu out.
Really? There are people like that?
I can say it authoritatively.
Who are those?
There are some top businessmen who are involved in businesses in Abuja, oil and all that. There are some top politicians who are of the view, and which is correct, that if Nnamdi Kanu comes today, there are people whose political career will come to an end permanently without him saying a word. Nnamdi Kanu has been loved by the people. It's like when they were chasing Fubara. You heard me say so here. I told President Tinubu, if the issue about 2027, the person to do business with is Fubara. Are you seeing what is happening there now? They have loved him, they have loved him. Organic support. Nnamdi Kanu need not talk to anybody. That was why I'm sure that is the pressure that the president is having. But the president is #1. He is the president of Nigeria. And he's the only person that can say, stop, it will stop. You don't have to take everything that everybody puts to you, hook, line, and sinker. When the issue started with this insecurity in the southeast, they raided the prison. We came out to say, no, this was not our deeds. Those people were imported. Security came back to realize it. But what happened next? Because they have been exposed, they decided to recruit urchins, non-educated people that are not skilled. Locals started training them.
Are you an IPOB apologist?
No. Look.
I don't expect you to. Are you a believer?
No. I don't expect you to come to that question because you know that I believe in Nigeria.
But I'm asking you, you might have your. You might have
no.
You might have apology for the struggle of Biafra and what IPOB stands for.
I am an open book. You'll always know where I am.
Very good one, and I am sure the message is being passed correctly the way it ought to be. I might not speak too long because I believe that the few ones or the few messages that have dropped earlier on and the ones you have heard from Dan Olase and that of Dan Iwuanyawu, all of them are chiefs. I believe it is enough to let you know that Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hands of the so-called zoo government, but in the hands of his own people who have refused to release him. I said it earlier on, and I still maintain my stand, that Nnamdi Kanu is being held by his own brothers. The political idiots in the southeast and the so-called business Igbo men and women who feel that the world belongs to them, or rather, that southeast belongs to them, so you have no right to speak. The if possible self, you have no right to live. Because they are the one that have a right to give life and take life, because they keep on killing on daily basis to make sure that they maintain their power structure. Anyway, it is well said than done, or rather easy said than done. But I would like to make this one important comment and one important point. Onye ọbụla riri nwanne ya laba ma akwa amara na gịnị ọka bụ ọnụ. Yoruba elders, including OBJ, travel all the way to Benin to go and see Sunday Igboho when he was being trapped down under Buhari's government. Only Soludo, because he won the election through the popularity of IPOB. When Nnamdi Kanu uplifted the no voting area in Anambra State, he contested, because then he was making the promises of how he's going to build Taiwan and release Nnamdi Kanu, blah, 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 blah. So when he won the elections, he have to go and pay homage to Nnamdi Kanu. But after that, from that day to today, Chukwumacha Soludo have been a thorn in the flesh of Nnamdi Kanu. Given the federal government the mindset that there's no point in releasing this guy because he will not solve the problem of the insecurity in the southeast, according to him. He's the only person who have gone to DSS to see Nnamdi Kanu. Other ones are concern me. We have deputy speakers, we have senators, and we have also what they call them, House of Rep members. None have ever even one day go to see Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe Obiagota would have gone there, as well. I cannot say, but maybe or maybe not, they have not been there. But only Chukwumacha Soludo is one that have been certified, who have went there to see Nnamdi Kanu and the late Ifeanyi Uba, because that one is like a Nkapi. You go to bite you, they blow you. You go to bite you, they blow you. I no gonna say person where they call a brother is your worst enemy you can ever imagine. Anyway, my wonderful people, will have no time to say, okay, let us go on and reading comments. But I believe you know what to say. Please drop your own personal opinion at the comment section of this video. And as you do that, may God Almighty continue to bless you, prosper you, and meet you at every point of your need. And it shall be well with you, and your household must always celebrate you when the time is right. Kachineke meziokwu.